Harry's wife, 102.70. You must believe me, I'm a Fash-Onn icon. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Harry's wife makes lots of appearances. Despite claiming that she wants a private life, she engages in repeated appearances. She did so for the 18-month period that she was a member of the royal family, and more recently, of course, whenever she has turned up at a false royal tour, the Harry's Wife Games, the One Young World Summit, etc., we're always treated to the various outfits that she wears. I've explained previously why Harry's wife tends to wear outfits that don't suit her, don't fit her, look crumpled and creased. Indeed, you can watch Creased Frightening, where I go into detail about the propensity by which she turns up in crumpled clothing, earning her the nickname Crumplestiltskin. Notwithstanding this, Harry's wife, in her world, believes that she is that Fash-Onn icon, and repeatedly, when there are threats to her control, it comes from Taliban HQ, the diktat, get me some publicity, show them that I am a Fash-Onn icon, make sure that they all understand that I am the most fashionable person in Fash-Onn. I'm more fashionable than anybody who's gone before in the world of Fash-Onn. Take all of your Fash-Onn models, put them together, and I'm still more fashionable than they are. This means that the various supine publications are tasked with trying to talk about her clothing in an upbeat and favourable way. This time, it falls to Vogue to engage in the assertion of control and drawing of fuel by the management of the Fash-Onn facade. A very recent article placed in Vogue, written by Emily Chan, tells us the Duchess of Sussex's best repeat looks to date. Already, I can anticipate that there are many of you thinking, does she have any good looks to repeat? Well, let's find out, as Emily Chan takes us on a brief tour. While the Princess of Wales is famous for repeat wearing, her sister-in-law, Harry's wife, the Duchess of Sussex, often recycles her wardrobe too, mirroring competitiveness, nullification of threat to control. Whilst the Princess of Wales does something, anything you can do, I can do better. Anything you wear, I can wear better. Before she joined the royal family, Harry's wife, naturally, would rewear key staples, from her green J.Crew jacket to her trusty Kamek snow boots, which were essential during her time in Toronto. Since becoming a royal, the Duchess has continued to repeat looks at high-profile events, using her platform to send a powerful message on the importance of sustainability by wearing hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of clothing. It's worth noting that Harry's wife has championed a series of eco-friendly brands over the years as well. Tick that box for facade management. Memorable looks include a blue shirt from Veronica Beard, which she wore during a visit to Toga and then South Africa, as well as a purple midi dress from Aritzia, which she debuted while pregnant with Archie. On the accessories front, Harry's wife has brought out her demi bag by Gabriella Hurst on a number of occasions, as well as her classic Mulberry Bayswater. She's also often seen in Aquazzura pumps, with the Duchess owning a series of styles from the shoe brand. Does that include the pair that she pinched? Now, of course, there is pressure on public figures of celebrity to not be seen in the same outfit twice, and therefore that would put them under a degree of pressure. However, that pressure is soon alleviated by two factors. The first is this: invariably the celebrity is well off and therefore can afford all of these different designer outfits. Furthermore, designers are often falling over themselves to have their outfits showcased by famous and prominent people because it's a form of advertising, although you'd have to question the provenance of some of them with regard to the ill-fitting outfits that Harry's wife has worn. Accordingly, a combination of financial firepower allied with the fact that designers want to use celebrities and famous people as clothes horses means that there is a multitude of choices, something that your ordinary Joe or Jane isn't able to access. But now Emily Chan is going to tell us about some of Harry's wife's best repeat looks to date. Strap yourself in. Here we go. December 2017 and October 2019. The Duchess opted for this camel coat by Canadian brand Centala on Christmas Day in Sandringham in 2017, before re-wearing it 2 years later at the Well-Child Awards in London. Now, colour me optician, but it could just be the lighting, I suppose, because in one she's outside and in the other she looks like she stepped into a building. But they do look like different colours to me. Of course, instantly any re-wearing is going to be lost by this fact. What do we see on her head? Yes, it's poo emoji hat. Number 2. January 2018 and November 2018. Harry's wife first wore this belted Stella McCartney coat on one of her first official engagements in Cardiff. 10 months after, she brought it back out for the Royal British Legion Festival of Remembrance at the Royal Albert Hall. Number 3. April 2018 and October 2018. A go-to designer for Harry's wife, the royal wore this navy cape dress by Stella McCartney during the Queen's birthday celebrations in 2018. Later that year, she packed the lug for the opening ceremony of the Invictus Games in Sydney. Number 4. July 2018 and October 2019. For a visit to the Nelson Mandela Centenary Exhibition at the South Bank Centre, Harry's wife opted for a pink trench dress by House of Nonny. Fittingly, she re-wore the same piece while visiting South Africa the following year. Now, the picture on the left, it's a very faint pink, I suppose. On the right, of course, it looks much more like beige. Number 5. October 2018. During her tour of Australia, New Zealand, Tonga and Fiji, the Duchess wore her favourite Harriet jeans by Outland Denim a number of times, including for a visit to Dubbo, Australia, and for the Invictus Games in Sydney. Number 6. October 2018 and September 2019. A fan of block colour, Harry's wife debuted this blue shirt dress by Veronica Beard during a visit to Tonga, later re-wearing it for her tour of South Africa. Number 7. October 2018 and September 2019. The Duchess memorably wore this striped Martin Grant dress while visiting Bondi Beach in Sydney before re-wearing it for a reception in Cape Town the following year. I would suggest that it was quite apt to wear it on a beach, as it does evoke images of a deck chair. And number 8. January 2019 and October 2019. While pregnant with Archie, Harry's wife wore this purple midi dress by Aritzia, teamed with a vibrant red coat during a visit to Birkenhead. She re-wore the same dress while attending the One Young World Summit later that year. Now, of course, we don't really need to know about the fact that the Duchess of Sussex wears the same clothes again. But of course, her narcissism dictates that that must be the case. So what we have here is bringing up the past, referring to outfits that she's wore previously. 2, examples of mirroring. 3, instances of triangulating the viewer with the outfits. All of this being done, of course, to manage her facade of being stylish and a Fash-Onn icon, whilst not necessarily realising that in certain instances she doesn't really look like that. But I've explained to you in parts passim the reason why she doesn't take stylist advice, because quite simply in her deluded world, she thinks she looks absolutely fabulous, whatever she happens to wear. So with Vogue propping this up in order to make her look good, it's only right for the interests of balance that we have another Harry's Wife Fash-Onn show, as we showcase to you some of her unusual looks accompanied with the appropriate descriptions. I would warn you, it would be inappropriate for you to have anything in your mouth other than your tongue and your teeth at this juncture. You have been warned. Harry's Wife's fashion show. One for the Dungeons and Dragons enthusiasts. Padded armor. Armor class 11. Underlay by Walter Wall Carpets. Web by Spider. Knock off Scottish Widow. Going for the sizzler look, or is it sizzling? Skirt, where art thou? Something of a throwback picture here, but nevertheless it's Car Shag by Skoda. And for all the candlelight supper enthusiasts out there, Hyacinth Bouquets Settee material. You never get to see him, but he's left his mark here. Banksy's paintbrush cloth. Bend over, brace yourself, it's the Prostate Examiner. Hut, hut. Fishnet linebacker. For the Latin freaks out there, it is pectoralis major funeralis. It's late on Christmas Eve. Yes, it's gas station gift wrapped. Tent by Army Surplus.